Mic check 1, 2. Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to Woodbine Mohawk Park on this Saturday, July 4th, 2026. Two-year-old qualifiers continue this morning as we have 6 more qualifying races today for the 2-year-old colts and geldings. Horses coming out onto the track. We will meet the field, and they will be lining up in just a moment for our first. Trotters lining up for the first qualifier. Number 1, Baccio Blue Chip is a tactical landing gelding. Bruce Richardson trains and drives. This youngster went through the Harrisburg sale for $7,000 US. Number 2 is Alarm Bell, alarm detector colt for trainer Shannon Henry. The driver is Trevor Henry, a homebred for Bill Maines and Trevor Henry. 3 is Out for its Puff Puff Pass, King of the North colt. Dave Holliday trains. The driver is Ryan Holliday. A London Classic yearling purchase for $20,000. Number 5, the King's Guard, King of the North colt for trainer Kyle Fellows, driver Doug McNair. London Classic purchase for $22,000. Number 6, PL Ultrasonic, gelded son of Muscle Mass, Matt Dupuis, the trainer driver, a homebred for Princely Acres. Number 7 is Buffed, a gelded son of Muscle Mass. Doug Bowens trains, Jody Jameson drives. A yearling buy from the London Classic for $23,000. And on the outside is number 8, Kerwin, a King of the North colt for trainer Meg Crone, driver Louis Waugh. A London Classic purchase for $80,000. Scratch number 3, the Great Gazoo, down to a field of 7. On the trot for our first of 6 here this morning from Woodbine Mohawk Park. Starting gate moves into the stretch, and here they come. And they're off and trotting. From the outside, Kerwin and Buffed were both going to push forward. Off stride went the 5, the King's Guard. Coming between rivals is going to be Puff Puff Pass at the rail. That's Baccio Blue Chip who's holding ground. They're going to tuck in behind will be Alarm Bell. We're going back to PL Ultrasonic, and resetting after the early break is the King's Guard. From the outside to the top, the King of the North Colt, Kerwin, fronts us here to the opening quarter. A 2-length advantage on Buffed. Opening quarter is up in 31-3. So it is Kerwin who does lead it. This is the second qualifier, and looking to rebound after a miscue in the debut. Already off to a much better start here, and shows them up the backside. Second is the debuting Muscle Mass Son, Buffed. In third is Bossio Blue Chip. Then racing in fourth is Alarm Bell. Fifth in line is going to be Puff Puff Pass. 2 lengths going back to PL Ultrasonic, who is a debuter here today. And then it is going to be about 25 lengths back to the King's Guard, who's trotting well now, trying to make up for lost time after the miscue early on. Not a lot of speed here. 1:03.2 was your half-mile time. 31-4 second quarter. And you can see the lead starts to stretch out here now. So off the 1:03.2 half, picking it up is Kerwin. And Kerwin takes it out to a 5-length lead. Buffed is going to be asked to pick it up. Right in behind third, that is Bossio Blue Chip, who starts to angle off the rail. Alarm Bell will look to follow. The going back to Puff Puff Pass, then to PL Ultrasonic, and the trailer off stride again is the King's Guard. 3-quarter time was 1:33.1, 29-4 in the third quarter, and it's going to be Kerwin into the lane. It's Kerwin leading it. Was clear by about 4 lengths. Back in second is Buffed. On the outside, Bossio Blue Chip. Alarm Bell looks to split between rivals. To the inside, it's Puff Puff Pass. Kerwin still holds the advantage. A 16th to go. Bossio Blue Chip is edging in a little bit closer. Kerwin and Wah coming down to the wire. They will win it by a length. Bossio Blue Chip was second. Up the inside might have been Puff Puff Pass that edged Alarm Bell for third. Mile time 2:02.4. 2-year-old Pacers, qualifier number 2. Take their positions. Scratch number 5, Chumbawamba. Driver change on 2, Lil Chetta to Mark McDonald. Driver change on 4, Bet on Bunky to Tyler Jones. And a driver change on 7, High Rise Hanover to Jody Jameson. 1 is Billy Hill, a homebred for Tom Hill. Captain Treacherous colt trained by Greg McNair. Doug McNair drives. Number 2, Lil Chetta, a better than Cheddar colt. Heather Pickett trains. Make the driver Mark McDonald. 3 is Charmbo JR, cattle wash colt. It's going to be Tyler Borth driving for trainer Jason Libby. 4, Bet on Bunky, a betting line colt. Steve Germain trains. And the driver will be Tyler Jones. 5 is out. We'll get out of the 6. Tweeter Twit, all bets off, gelding. Shane Weber trains. Homebred for Tom and Elizabeth Rankin. J.R. Plant drives. 7, High Rise Hanover, a tall dark stranger gelding. Nikki Kamenya trains. Bob McClure was listed to drive. We'll make it now Jody Jameson. Harrisburg by 25,000 US. And on the outside, number 8, HP Follow Me. Chantel Mitchell trains. Louis Waugh drives this son of cattle wash. Here they come for qualifier 2. They're off and pacing. And kicking on out of there is going to be High Rise Hanover. Also snapping off the wings was Charmbo JR. Meanwhile, driving ahead, Tweeter Tweet will get up into 3rd, while Bet on Monkey got away in 4th. Billy Hill from the rail is 5th. Back to Lil Chetta, and lining up will be HP Follow Me. Pointed to the top is High Rise Hanover and gets out to the lead now. Charmbo JR is back in 2nd. The opening quarter comes up here in 28 and 4. It's High Rise Hanover and Jameson. They're out with the lead, and now they will settle things down. And tightening up here is a revved up Charmbo JR right in behind 2nd. It'll be Tweeter Tweet, the first timer, just off that one in 3rd. There was a bit of a gap back to Bet on Bunky, and that forces the hand of Billy Hill, who will now circle around up into 4th. Lil Chetta might be doing the exact same thing, set to follow, and then back to the debuter, HP Follow Me. A loose leader up front, High Rise Hanover. Once again, the lead grows. 58-2 was the half. It's High Rise Hanover leading it. Son of Tall Dark Stranger up top here by nearly 5. Charmbo JR in 2nd. A few lengths back to Tweeter Tweet in 3rd. Billy Hill is there in 4th. Little Chetta got up into 5th. HP Follow Me has now advanced the spot. And the new trailer is Bet on Bunky. They're single coming to 3/4, and it is High Rise Hanover by a couple of lengths. Back in 2nd has been Charmbo JR. 3rd there is Tweeter Tweet. Off the rail on the outside is Billy Hill, who's got to make up about 6 lengths as they come for home. 128 and 1 to 3/4, and it's High Rise Hanover leading it. This one getting right down to the pylons here. Jameson trying to straighten him out, and Billy Hill is coming on the outside. So it's High Rise Hanover. Billy Hill has made up ground, needs to make up 2 more. Edge of the tote board, High Rise Hanover, and Billy Hill coming down to the wire. It'll be High Rise Hanover. Billy Hill will finish in 2nd with a good final quarter. Back in 3rd was Charmbo JR, and Tweeter Tweet was 4th, 156 and 2. Next is our third qualifier. We're back on the trot. No changes here. Field of 7 as programmed, set to go. Number 1, Time Will Fast Money. A is a green shoe colt. Greg McNair trains, Doug McNair drives, $25,000 grad of the London Classic. Number 2 is Black Shank, a gelded son of Archangel for trainer J.F. McGuire, driver Louis Waugh. 3 is Loch Ness, Green Manalishi gelding, Bruce Richardson trains and drives. This was a Harrisburg purchase for $40,000 US. Number 4 is Tempson, a Temporal Hanover colt. Shannon Henry trains, Trevor Henry drives. A Midwest Standardbred yearling sale purchase for $5,000 US. Number 5 is Point Blank. This is a chimpanzee colt for trainer Doug Bowens, driver Jody Jameson. A yearling purchase from Harrisburg for $6,000 US. 6 is Send Me No Flowers, an alarm detector colt. Ben Bayarjan trains. The driver is Tyler Borth. And on the outside, number 7 is Speedy Michael, King of the North colt for trainer Camila Christoforou, the driver Chris Christoforou. And that is your field of 7. Starting gate, picking up speed. Field of 7 on the trot. Here they come for the third. They're off and trotting. Loch Ness gets the first call along with next door neighbor Tempson as those two step forward. Off stride after the start was the one Time Will Fast Money. Here on the outside comes Speedy Michael into the forward mix. Send Me No Flowers is to the outside of Point Blank, and then to Black Shank, followed by the resetting Time Will Fast Money. Still a couple of things that need to be sorted out here, as it is Loch Ness holding a short lead to the opening panel, and on the outside, Speedy Michael just continues to move forward. 31 seconds was that opening quarter. So Speedy Michael, the King of the North colt, second time out here for Chris Christoforou, makes it to the front and opens up a 3-length advantage as they march through this second quarter. 3/8 of the mile now in the books. Loch Ness is in second. It's back to Tempson in third, 2 lengths better than the debuting Point Blank, who's currently in fourth. 3 more lengths back to Send Me No Flowers. A little bit back to another debuter in Black Shank, and the trailer's Time Will Fast Money. Up to the midway point in 101-1, and your leader here is Speedy Michael. So Speedy Michael trying to live up to his name. He's into the far bend, a 2-length advantage here on Loch Ness, who got a little bit closer once again. Second time out for Loch Ness. First qualifier was at Grand River, so here on the big track this morning, sits just off the leader. Tempson is back in third. Fourth continues to be Point Blank. Fifth racing is Send Me No Flowers. 2 lengths into Black Shank, and the trailer Time Will Fast Money. To 3/4, it's going to be Speedy Michael. 1:31-1, 30 seconds even, and we swing for home, and Speedy Michael, who was on a mission to get out to the front here today, is trying to close it out and still leads. It's now out to 3 lengths, getting a little bit of separation on Loch Ness, who will continue to battle on in second. Tempson's at the inside third, outside then to Point Blank, and then on the outside of that one is Send Me No Flowers, but this is going to be Speedy Michael. A good-looking effort today for Speedy Michael to win it. Second goes to Loch Ness. Third was Point Blank, and it appears Send Me No Flowers on the outside was fourth. 1:59-4 for Speedy Michael. Starter calls the horses and drivers in for our fourth qualifier. Scratch number 4, Nixon Knowles. Now a field of 6. We're on the trot. Driver change on 1, Making Green to Mark McDonald. Number 1, Making Green. Gelded son of Green Manalishi. Trained by Dominic Ledoux. Mark McDonald drives. $16,000 US buy from the Lexington Selected Yearling Sale. 2 is D.A. Trickster. A Trixton gelding for trainer Bob Young. The driver is Scott Young. This was a London Classic purchase for $16,000. Number 3 is Hope's Eternal. A gelded son of Run Director. Shane Weber trains. The homebred for Tom and Elizabeth Rankin. J.R. Plant does the driving. 4 is out. 5 is Southern King. Gelded son of King of the North. Ben Bayarjan trains. Tyler Borth is in the bike. A $30,000 US buy from Lexington. Number 6 is No More Children. Gelded son of Looks Like a Chippendale. Trained by Dave Holliday. The driver's Ryan Holliday. And number 7 is Mr. Green Jacket. Gelded son of Green Manalishi. J.F. McGuire trains. Louis Waugh drives. And this was a yearling purchase from the London Classic for $19,000. Starting gate to the top of the stretch, a field of 6 for today's fourth qualifier. 2-year-old trotters picking up speed. They're off and trotting. D.A. Trickster is off to a nice beginning, along with Hope's Eternal. To the inside is Making Green. Meanwhile, Southern King just taking his time, mid-pack 4th. No More Children will get down to the rail and has one beaten. That is Mr. Green Jacket. D.A. Trickster will front them here for Scott Young, while Hope's Eternal, the first-timer, slipped right in behind and tracks around the first turn. Another first-timer is Making Green, who is sitting there third, about 4 lengths off the lead, and looking to now head towards the front. 30-4 was the opening quarter. So here comes Making Green for Mark McDonald, and this one is quickly rushing up to the top. So Making Green will strike the front before 3/8 of the mile was in the books. We'll clear here on D.A. Trickster. Third then is Hope's Eternal, going back to Southern King in 4th, 2 lengths in front of No More Children, and a breaker was Mr. Green Jacket after that opening quarter. Up front here is Making Green, as Making Green, the son of Green Manalishi, leads by 2.5. Midway point was hit in 1 minute and 3/5. The trotters will now enter the far turn. In second is D.A. Trickster, second time out for that youngster. 2 lengths in front of the debuting Hope's Eternal. Gap of about 7 lengths going back to Southern King. In behind is the first-timer No More Children, and well back to Mr. Green Jacket, midway around the far bend. And Making Green is on a mission here this morning. Making Green marching right along. D.A. Trickster, though, calmly in behind, just 2 lengths off the lead. 129-2, so they were stepping 28-4 in the third quarter, and we're into the lane, and it's Making Green. D.A. Trickster in second. Third, it's Hope's Eternal. Then going back to Southern King and No More Children. Coming to the outside here is D.A. Trickster, as this one will look to get on by Making Green, and D.A. Trickster now takes the lead, so regains the front, and D.A. Trickster will draw away late to take qualifier number 4. It's D.A. Trickster from Making Green in second. Third was Hope's Eternal, and then back to No More Children 4th in 158-3. Horses lining up now for today's fifth qualifier. Back on the pace. 1, 2, 3, 6 will be the horses to go forward. We scratch the 4. Awfully Fast. The 5, Baywatch Blue Chip. And the 7, Colombo Ray. Louis Waugh drives the 2, Loose Lines. J.R. Plant drives the 6, The Beach to Be. Number 1 is Nightlife's Legacy. A Bulldog Hanover colt, homebred for Hudson Standardbred Stable. Sean Stacy trains. The driver is Mark McDonald. 2 is Loose Lines, a betting line colt. Homebred for Rick and Heather Pickett. Heather Pickett trains. The driver will be Louis Waugh. Number 3 is Bullfighter, a Bulldog Hanover colt trained by Jason Libby. Tyler Borth drives. This was a Lexington selected yearling sale purchase for $150,000 US. 4 and 5 are scratched. Number 6, The Beach to Be, Sunshine Beach colt. Homebred for Harness Horsepower Incorporated. Rod Hughes trains. The driver will be J.R. Plant, and number 7 is out. So a quartet of 2-year-old pacing colts to go forward here in our fifth qualifier. Starting gate moves into the stretch. Pacers pick up speed. Here they come for the fifth. And they're off and pacing. It's going to be Bullfighter who gets the first call. Right between horses, though, is Loose Lines. To the inside is Nightlife's Legacy. 3 across here in the early going. The only one to take back, The Beach to Be. So it's going to be Bullfighter. Again, was the quickest off the wings and ultimately does get the top spot. Driving into that first bend, Nightlife's Legacy's in second. Waugh is able to drop back in behind there with Loose Lines in third. And fourth is the first timer, The Beach to Be. The opening quarter is up in a time of 30 and 3. And here is Bullfighter, who is going to show the way into the backstretch. Bullfighter was a high-priced yearling. A Bulldog Hanover colt, second time out, swings away up front by 2.5. Nightlife's Legacy, another son of Bulldog Hanover in second. Also his second qualifier. We're going back to Loose Lines, who's a betting line colt. Second qualifier for him. First one here at Mohawk, and then 2 lengths back to the Sunshine Beach colt, The Beach to Be, who is making his qualifying debut. 59 and 4 was the half. It was a 29 and 1 second quarter, and the field of 4 gets into the far turn. It continues to be Bullfighter up front here for Tyler Borth. Back in second is Nightlife's Legacy with Mark McDonald. Third is Loose Lines and Louis Waugh. And then some struggles there for The Beach to Be as J.R. Plant tries to keep that one moving along back in fourth. They come to 3 quarters, and it is Bullfighter looking good up front, and Nightlife's Legacy looks like that one will have something to say for the final quarter. 128 and 4 your 3-quarter time, and they now swing into the stretch. So here is Bullfighter. To the outside comes Nightlife's Legacy. It is still 2 lengths away. Back in third is Loose Lines. The Beach to Be rounds things out in fourth. It is Bullfighter continuing to power along. Nightlife's Legacy trying to get a bit closer here now. They're at the edge of the tote board, and it is Bullfighter. Borth a couple taps late, and this guy will go all the way. Finishing in second with Nightlife's Legacy. Then third is going to be Loose Lines, and The Beach to Be will be fourth. 157 and 2. And it's time now for our final qualifier today. This is the 6th. We're back on the trot. Scratch number 3, Fallen for Muscles. Driver change on 6, Cyclone Sealster to Mark McKinnon. Number 1 is Dance Card. Chapter 7 Colt, Ben by Arjan Trains. Tyler Borth will do the driving. $80,000 US purchased from Harrisburg as a yearling. Number 2 is Aaronwood Cosmo, gelded son of Alarm Detector. Jeff Williams trains. The driver is Scott Young. London Classic purchase for $25,000. Number 3 is out. 4 is King's Crown and Coke, a King of the North colt, trained by Scott McEnany. Driver is Trevor Henry, $43,000 purchase from the London Classic. 5 is Maximum Pressure, a 6-pack colt for trainer Dustin Jones. Tyler Jones is in the bike. Harrisburg grad at $10,000 US. 6 is Cyclone Sealster, a King of the North gelding for trainer Dave Maneri. Mark McKinnon will drive. This was a London Classic buy for $20,000. And the final horse we'll meet today is number 7, Our Northern Star, a King of the North colt for trainer Greg McNair, homebred for Tom and Elizabeth Rankin. Doug McNair is in the sulky. A field of 6 to cap things off here this morning. Live racing continuing tonight here at Woodbine Mohawk Park, 6:30. First race post time for a 12-race program. Continuing to race every Thursday through Monday. Our next qualifiers will come up on Monday morning, so just a couple of days away. 8 races scheduled for Monday morning beginning at 9:30. Starting gate into the stretch, a field of 6, qualifier 6. Here we go. And they're off and trotting, and Cyclone Sealster is going to storm out of there, pointed to the lead. Aaronwood Cosmo towards the inside. Down the center is going to be King's Crown and Coke. And here's Our Northern Star from the far outside trying to get ahead of a couple. At the rail is Dance Card, and then slotting in behind will be Maximum Pressure. Cyclone Sealster into that first turn, and this one was ready to go off the wings. Into second is King's Crown and Coke. That opening quarter is up in 30 seconds even. Cyclone Sealster, your leader, right in behind King's Crown and Coke, was able to tuck in second there, racing in third. As they move up the backstretches, Aaronwood Cosmo, 2 lengths going back to Our Northern Star, who was able to get in front of Dance Card, and rounding things out is Maximum Pressure. Field of 6, and it's about 10 lengths from front to back as they're single file up to the half. Your leader is Cyclone Sealster, trying to get things back on track here this morning. Already had a couple of appearances under the lights and leads us to the half in a minute even. So 30 seconds once again. King's Crown and Coke, another one who has raced at nighttime here, tracks along in second. Aaronwood Cosmo is racing in third. 2 lengths going back to Our Northern Star in fourth. It's Dance Card fifth, and 2 more lengths to Maximum Pressure. Halfway around the far turn, Cyclone Sealster doing the road work, and Cyclone Sealster is just marching along, takes the lead out to 2, 2.5, 3/4 in a time of 1:29 and 2. 29 and 2, third panel. Into the lane, Cyclone Sealster. It's been King's Crown and Coke second throughout, and off stride up front when Cyclone Sealster made a break on the lead. King's Crown and Coke inherits the lead, but now has to contend with Aaronwood Cosmo up the inside. And here's Aaronwood Cosmo now striking the front. King's Crown and Coke in second. Our Northern Star is in third. Here's Dance Card trying to finish well on the outside fourth. Coming back on with King's Crown and Coke, and might have got there on Aaronwood Cosmo, who appeared to have things fully wrapped up, but King's Crown and Coke might have got there. Those two right at the wire. Our Northern Star was third, and Dance Card fourth in 1:58 and 2. Wrapping up today's qualifiers in the 6th, in the photo, it was number 4, King's Crown and Coke, who does prevail by a nose over number 2, Aaronwood Cosmo. The mile time for those 2-year-old trotters, 1:58 and 2. That'll conclude today's qualifiers here from Woodbine Mohawk Park. Again, we're back in action tonight at 6:30. Enjoy your Saturday, and we'll see you back later on.